Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Vadarayanam Sutra Bhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Puna Puna Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Veda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshina Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Verse number 298. संत्यन्नि प्रतिबंधा पुंसा संसार हेतवो दृष्टा तेषामेवं मूलम प्रथम विकारो भवति अहंकार. I chant one more time. संति अन्नि प्रतिबंधा पुंसा संसार हेतवो दृष्टा तेषामेवं मूलम प्रथम विकारो भवति अहंकार. The translation is, it is observed that there are other obstacles also which hurl on individual into world of births and deaths. Their one root cause for the reasons given above is the ego, the first modification of ignorance. See, the more time translation. Other obstacles are also observed to exist for a man, which leads to transmigration. The root of them for above reason is first modification of ignorance. We call it egoism. Now we are entering a new topic. Topic is condemnation of the ego. Condemnation of the ego. In scriptures, there is no any interest to condemn anything or praise anything. Scripture's job is to describe reality. They just say what is real. About ego, we may think another way, but Shastra, the scriptures, describe its reality. And its reality is very bad. It looks like condemnation. Shankaracharya says, condemnation of the ego. Let's understand what ego is and what is condemnation. Obstacles means what? Obstacles makes us strong. And they are everywhere. They are part of our life. They are part of our job. So we are always ready for all kinds of challenges. Without challenge, life is not possible. Everywhere challenges. Everybody, human body, animals body, they have their own challenges. Trees body, they have their own challenges. Gods have their own challenges, own problems. So challenges are everywhere. Obstacles are everywhere. Like when we try to achieve anything, like education, job, property, there are many obstacles, and we accept them. We know these are part of the life, but we do not give up our goal. In scriptures, there are three kinds of men. They described there are three categories of the men. One is Adham, lower category. Another is medium, the middle. And last one is Uttam, the superior. And they described the Adham, the lower class mentality is they do not start their work because they think they would be fail, they will not succeed, there would be many obstacles. So it is better not to start any job, any work. According to scriptures, this category is Adham, very lower class. Because fear of the obstacles is so deep rooted in them, they do not start any work. And the second level is they start work, but because of obstacles, they give up their job. They will not complete. So this is the second level. And the last level is, Sankaracharya scripture says, the waste quality humanity is they start their work and sometimes, obviously, obstacles come, but they do not give up their goal. They are always ready to face challenges. In worldly life, we have so many obstacles, but we don't care. Who cares about obstacles? If we care, we cannot live our life. We cannot survive. So, very worldly life, there are so many job to do, and we do that. Obstacles comes, but we are used to with them. We never think about obstacles. We always think about worldly goal. If your goal is great, then obstacles would be bigger. Then obstacles become more powerful. And you are supposed to manage them. If you are going only half mile, not big traveling, but you are going to 1,000 miles, there must be more obstacles, more problems. So if your goal is great, big and bigger, then your obstacles would be bigger and more bigger and biggest. If goal is greatest, like liberation, like freedom from all, then all universe would be against you. All universe. And not only universe, even gods also would be against you. It had happened so many times. It had happened with so many realization persons. They faced problems, but they overcame. Shankaracharya says, Samtyanye pratibandha punsa sansar hetavo. Trishta. So we are thinking about spiritual life, about freedom from the all. He says there are so many problems. Every step you have to face problems. Every step. But scriptures know that. You are so strong. You are so strong. You are ready. So there are so many problems like anger, like your greed, lust, jealous. There are so many problems. They are not so easy. But the main problem is, the main obstacle is ego. Ego is the root of all obstacles. Ego is the first effect of ignorance. It is a product of avidya. It takes many forms. It looks very attractive. So see, Santyanye pratibandha punsa sansar hetav. Whatever is suitable for the world, they all are obstacles for spiritual life. So, root cause is ego. Then comes its sprout. There are so many branches. There are so many flowers. No, ego is like a tree. Like a tree. Its root is ego. Then anger, desire, lust, and so many obstructions happens. All are because of ignorance. If you look deeply, if you look at your anger deeply, you will find that only ego is there. Ego turns in shape of greed, nothing else. You will find only ego. You look at your anger, your greed, everything because of ego. Ego means what ego does. Ego, limited self. Ego, limited individual self. Then this highness takes many places, and misery is bound to happen. So see, Shankaracharya says, Tesam mevam moolam prathamo vikaro bhavati ahankara. We have already studied what the pattern of the creation. The pattern is from the ignorance, prakriti mans tato ahankara. From the prakriti, from the maya, comes intellect, cosmic intellect. Then immediately thought comes I-ness. I-ness. I am. I-ness. I-ness is enough. But we are not ready to accept it is. We add something. Then I and plus something. I am human being. I am intellect. I am not intellect. I am rich. I am poor. I am sannyasi. So I-ness plus something. It is ego. So Shankaracharya says, Tesam moolam pratham vikaro bhavati ahankara. All other obstacles like anger, like greed, lust, jealous, they are nothing. They are different kind of ego. They are not different from the ego. So संत्यन्ने प्रतिबंधा पुंसा संसार हेतवो दृष्टा. These all are ego, lust, greed, jealous, ego. These all are the cause for world, universe. And root cause is ego. Pratham vikaro tesham, their first root cause is ego. Now next one. यावत् स्यात् स्वस्य संबंधो अहंकारेण दुरात्मनः तावन्नाले समात्रापि मुक्तिवार्ता विलक्षण. I repeat one more time. यावत् स्यात् स्वस्य संबंधो अहंकारेण दुरात्मनः तावन्नाले समात्रापि मुक्तिवार्ता विलक्षण. The translation is, as long as there is any relationship with its wide ego, there cannot be the slightest talk about liberation, which is totally different in nature. The translation again. As long as one has any relation with this wicked ego, there should not be least talk about liberation, which is unique. Now Shankaracharya gives his own experience and his warning to seeker of liberation. His warning. He says, ego is bondage and liberation is freedom. Both cannot exist together. Ego is bondage, limitation, and you are unlimited. You want liberation, freedom from all. So these two things cannot exist together. यावत् स्यात् स्वस्य संबंधो. Now listen. He says, Ahankar duratmana. Ego is very wicked, very wicked. It can deceive us very easily, very easily. It takes so many shapes, so many forms, and we cannot understand its reality. It can take a shape of humbleness also. It can take shape of modesty, but inside, in root, there is ego. He says, Yavat syat swasya sambandho. So let's think. Ego is condition. Condition sometimes comes and sometimes goes. Like I am rich, I am poor, I am king, I am human being, I am child, I am intelligent, even I am jiva. I am living only in this body. These all thoughts are because of ego. I am rich. So richness is a condition. Richness is not your status. Richness is not your nature, not your reality. It comes and goes. The poverty is not your nature. It comes and goes. I am king. I am a human being. I am child. I am intelligent. Even I am jiva. And I am living only in this body. So, what do? We create a circle around us. We create a circle. I'm rich means I'm not poor. So I became limited. Liberation is freedom from all conditions. So Shankaracharya is absolutely right. So sometimes conditions may be with you, richness, poverty, human being, or other. And we identify with that condition. This is the ego. Yavat syat swasya sambandho. He says, you are always. Conditions are not always. And Mukti Varta Vilakshana. One more thing. Mukti Varta Vilakshana. Vilakshana means, says liberation is the unique. Liberation, the freedom from all, is unique. Unique means what? Without second. Unique means it is not tested by any unrealized person. It is incomparable. There is no example for it. It is untested sweetness. We have been acting and we experiencing all universe since beginningless time. Everyone is free to experience the world, and we are experiencing the world according to our prarabdha. We experience the happiness, misery, everyone, and we would have done everything. We would have experienced every taste of the universe except liberation. We would have gone heaven, we would have gone to hell, we would have become Indra too. All possibilities here. All possibilities here. Nothing is unique in the world. The word unique is without second. In our scriptures, there is Ekameva Dvitiyam Brahma. Only consciousness is unique. Unique is only consciousness, liberation, freedom. Any other thing, even sun is not unique, there are so many suns in the sky. Moon is not unique, there are so many moons in the sky. Earth is not unique. Fire is not unique. Our richness is not unique. There are so many rich people. There are so many kings, so many emperors. In the world, there is nothing unique. Only consciousness is unique. Matter is not unique. Liberation is unique. Yavat, he says, Yavat swasya sambandho. Ahankarena. So the whole world, in the universe, there is no uniqueness. You have tested everything. One thing we have not yet tested. It is a liberation. It is a proof here because we are in the body. It means we have not yet tasted liberation. Tavannale samatrapi mukti varta. Shankaracharya says, he is warning to seekers and says, if you have even a less, slightest identification with the body, you cannot enter the world of the liberation. There is no way. Sambandho duratmanaha. You can't talk because you are very, very far away from you. You can taste heaven. You may be king. You may taste everything. You may go Brahmalok. But don't talk about liberation. If you have any relationship with the ego means identify with others. So Shankaracharya says, Yavat Shyat swasya sambandho ahankarena duratmana tavannalis lesamatrapi muktivartaha. The liberation is not possible. So forget about liberation. So only condition is if you want liberation, you have to negate all worlds. You have to negate relationship with ego. I am separate. The world is separate. I am not the world. Now, next one. अहंकार ग्रहण मुक्ता स्वस्वरूपम उपपद्यते चंद्रवद विमला पूर्णा सदानंद स्वयं प्रभा. I repeat one more time. अहंकार ग्रहण मुक्ता स्वस्वरूपम उपपद्यते चंद्रवद विमला पूर्णा सदानंद स्वयं प्रभा. The meaning is freed from the shackles of the ego. Like the moon freed from the eclipse, one gains one's true nature and become untainted, infinite, ever blissful, and self-effulgent. One more time. Freed from the shackles of ego, man attains to his real nature. As moon free from the planet Rahu, he becomes pure, infinite, eternally blissful, and self-luminous. Now, to make us understand, he's giving an example. Giving an example. Example is very famous. It should be. Example should be very famous. And it is when moon eclipse happens, the Rahu, according to mythology, Rahu is a demon, clutches the moon. Moon becomes dim, and sometimes it disappeared. Moon is there, but it is not visible. Its brightness becomes dim, its glory, its qualities is snatched by Rahu. And when eclipse is over, all qualities appears as they were before. So this is the example, very simple example. Similarly, ahankar grihan mukta sarsurupam utpaddate chandravad vimala purna. Similarly, like moon is your nature. Your nature is full of bright. Your nature is complete, perfect. Nothing is lacking. Always full of happiness and self-effulgent. So this is the description of your nature. See, I repeat what Shankara has said here. He says, your nature is Bimala, Purana, Sada Ananda, Swayam Prabha. Your nature is taintless. There is no mixing. You are complete. You are perfect. Nothing lacking in you. always full of happiness and self-effulgent. This is your nature. This is your reality. But what happens? The ego is like Rahu. Ego like Rahu, which covers up all your qualities. You feel proud in ego. See, you feel proud in out. But what we are losing, see, Shankaracharya says, your quality is very, very different. And where are you lost? Your ego is like Rahu. Understand it? Like the ego's one branch is desire. For an example, desire. Desire means you want something. Why? Why do you want something? Because you are feeling that you have lacked something. You are lacking something. You need it. You require it. You are incomplete. That is why you are demanding. Desire means it shows that you are incomplete. You want to fulfill that gap. That is why you want. In Gita, Lord Sri Krishna says to Arjuna, "O Arjun, I do not want to anything from the universe. Name parthasti kartavyam trishilokesu kinchana nanabhaptam abhaptavyam bharta evacha karmadi." He says, look at me. I do not want anything from anywhere because I have everything. So this is the godliness. This is the godliness. I have everything. I'm nothing lacking anything. This is the godliness. I do not want anything. If things are coming or going, it does not matter to me. Things are coming or going. Situations are coming, happening, and does not. It does not matter to me. Sri Krishna, that is why this is the godliness. Sri Krishna, the God, because his experience, see his experience expression. He says, Name parthasti kartavyam trishi lokesu kinchana. I have everything. There is nothing which I don't have. I have everything. And what desire does with you? What desire does? It makes you beggar. You are beggars. You don't have this, so you want desire. Desire makes you incomplete. Desire gets you to feel incompleteness. Desire can shield your nature, your treasure. Take another example of anger. Anger, what does? It makes you feel that you are unhappy. You are unhappy. It is against your nature. Happiness is your nature. What anger does? It makes you feel that you are unhappy. You are agitated. It makes you limited. And they take you far away from your reality. So, same, there are so many other branches of the ego. Shankaracharya says, when someone is under influence of ego, who has forgotten his qualities, but all qualities are there. Your all splendors is with you. Is Rahu can not take away brightness of the moon. It can cover for some time. Same, when you are angry, you may be unhappy. Anger can cover up for some time your happiness, but it does not take your happiness from you. Purna Sadananda Swayam Prabha. So ego does, it covers your nature. You forget your nature, but you forget. But your nature, your reality is always with you. You may see, you may realize, you don't, but your nature is with always with you. Now, last for today. Yova pure so ahamiti pratito बुद्ध्या प्लुरिक्ता तमसा तिमूढ़या तस्यैव निःशेषतया विनाशे ब्रह्मात्म भावा प्रतिबंध शून्य. I repeat one more time. योवा पुरे सो अहम इति प्रतीतो. I am chanting slowly. योवा पुरे सो अहम इति प्रतीतो बुद्ध्या प्लुरिक्तः तमसा तिमूढ़या तस्यैव निःशेषतया विनाशे ब्रह्मात्म भावा प्रतिबंध शून्य. See the translation. Translation says, the ego is that which has been produced by the intellect, extremely deluded by ignorance. It is perceived in the body as I am so and so. When this delusion, ego sense, is totally annihilated, one attains the unobstructed identity with Brahman. See one more time, translation. That which has been created by the intellect, extremely deluded nonsense, and which is perceived in the body as I am such and such. When that egoism totally destroyed, one attains an unobstructed identity with the Brahman. Now see, in this verse, Shankaracharya ji is giving definition of the ego. What ego is? Normally, we understand ego means pride. Ego means I am a rich person. That is ego. I am intelligent. I am strong. I belong to royal family. And sometimes I am virtuous. I am sinner. So we understand that only. The proud means, ego means, I have wealth and I am proud. So this is the normally we understand. But Shankaracharya says no. He's giving more deep meaning, definition of the ego. These are very superficial meanings. Very superficial meanings. The meaning of the ego is, he says, Yova pureso aham itihi. In the body, the sense of I-ness is the ego. Pure. He used the word is pure. Pure means body. Pure means city. City where we lived, that is pure. So these are also pure. Human body, animal's body, creature, planets, trees, these all are puri, pur. Pure aham iti pratitihi. The real meaning of the ego is which you not and you accept it, I am that. I am this. So this is puri. It is for you. You live for some time. It is given to you by God. You live for some time. It may be 100 years. And then new, a fresh body. We have left so many bodies. So the real meaning of the definition of the ego is someone understand that I am the body, this the ego. This the ego. All of other meanings are very superficial. Now see, the difference between consciousness and inert is, what is the difference between both? Inert and consciousness. Inert means it does not know anything. Like chair, like a stone. They don't have any sensation. They don't have any knowledge. The chair does not know who are you. You know this is your chair. You can say this is my chair, but chair does not say anytime your chair belong to you. Property does not say anytime the property belong to you. You are insisting that this property is mine, this property is mine. So inert has no knowledge. And consciousness can know everything. So difference between consciousness and inert is only knowledge. Knowledge make difference between them. Chair is, stone is inert. And all world, earth, water, space, air, they have no knowledge. And consciousness know everything. So they are different from each other. They are different from each other by nature. And they have opposite qualities. Opposite qualities. They have no similarities. They have no similarity at all. They are like darkness and light. They are very opposite. Inert is another extreme point. Consciousness is another extreme point. They have no relation at all, no similarity. For mistake, there should be some similarities. Like rope is similar to snake, then their mistake is possible because they are very similar. But between consciousness and inert, there are no similarities. No similarities. They are extreme, opposite. So body is inert. Everyone knows it. Very simple thing. Body is our house. We are staying here for while time. By nature, body is inert. It is very different. Everyone know. Everyone know body is inert. And it does not require any wisdom to know that body is inert. It is very simple. Very simple. It is also clear that any insentient, like stone, has no ability to perceive anything. Stone does not have any capacity to know anything. See, like there are books. All knowledge are in books. Today you can say computers, but all knowledge are in books. But books are not knowledgeable. They are not learned. The knower of the books is knowledgeable. So books are different from the person. And you cannot be a book. Without any person, books have no meaning. What the meaning of library? If readers are not available there, I have a library in Ashram, Mumbai. A very good, very ancient books are there. I have some very rare books in Uttarkasi also, very deep. But no one studying them. They have great knowledge. But what is the meaning? So what is the meaning? Without person, books have no meaning. So books are inert. You are the knower. So difference between inert and consciousness is very clear. Now we take another aspect. Knower cannot be inert. Knower cannot be inert. If you know something, it means you are not inert. You are conscious. So the body is inert. How can understand that they are one? Very strange. It is possible when the intellect is extremely deluded. Body is very different. Consciousness is very different. How one can understand both same? For it, An amount of ignorance in intellect almost clutch the intellect. It is the influence of ignorance. Actually, intellect loses its discrimination power. We cannot distinguish them. That is why we believe that I'm the body. I'm the body. Sometimes we understand that fact when we study scriptures or listen to a great master. But next moment, we forget again. The reality of ourselves, we understand for a while. When we are in company with Guru, that I am the Atman, and again, same situations. Why? Shankaracharya says, Brahmatma Bhava Pratibandha Sunya, you have to uproot it. This ego, you have to uproot it. Then our understanding turn into wisdom. And seeker will enjoy its nature without any interruption. Brahmatma Bhava, very, very beautiful word. Brahmatma Bhava. Now we are living with Dehatma Bhava. My body is my soul. This is now our concept. And you have to understand that Brahmatma Bhava, I am the Brahman. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Om Shanti 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 Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Vadarayanam Sutra Bhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेद विभागिने व्योमवद् व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः ओम शांति शांति शांति।